Damn, I love that song from Final Fantasy IV. I swear, there has never been a single dungeon theme that is actually better than this. I swear, this is like the best in the Juggernaut. It cannot be topped. Welcome back to another chapter of Trials of a King. Last time, we've just gotten through the prologue, as Cecil just turned 21 and has actually participated in his birthday offered by Sid as an invitation to a pub in Troya, where they've actually caught up with their buddy naming way, as well as encountered the dancing dagger, who is said to be a renowned dancer. And, much to their surprise, it actually got Cecil's attention, and he felt strange for some reason. I mean, he wasn't sure if it was the alcohol or maybe it was just infatuation, or both. So they had quite a birthday bash. And now it's on to the main story. Alright, Chapter 1. This is where it gets really interesting. I don't own Final Fantasy IV, belongs to Square, though sometimes I wish they would make a movie of it, like they did with Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Hello, loyal viewers, welcome to another chapter. This one will be just as captivating as the first one, as Cecil and Rosa land on unknown territory. Enjoy! And this is where the mysterious tribe would be encountered. Back at the throne room, the lord and the lady were alone. With a ponderous expression, Rosa got Cecil's attention. I know it's been 2 months since we were coronated, but what is it? Well, I was thinking we should perhaps have a closer, stronger bond, or start a family when we're ready. That never occurred to Cecil's mind before. Rosa, are you sure of all this? Once we get settled, we won't have to worry of the arrangements of Baron so much, and we could focus on ourselves. We're more than just a pair of royals. With a perfect balance, our bond will be everlasting. Maybe then, it'll be time to raise a family, carry on our legacy and heritage. Cecil understood. His face softened as he grinned. May I have your consent? He offered a hand to her. She took it lightly and smiled back. Of course. Yet again, they were off to the Enterprise, and they took off to Mysidia. The white mage was wondering why they were going this way. I believe we should visit the Elder and receive his blessings he'll bestow upon us. That way, when the time comes, it'll not be as merciless as it seems. Our bond is my guiding light. We shall never let it dim, no matter what trials we'll face. Besides, this way's much better than taking the perilous Devil's Road. And it'll give us more time to think things through. Around several minutes later, they were a couple knots away from the mage village, and something suspicious on the ocean caught Rosa's eye. Cecil, there's a canoe holding 3 redskin passengers. One of them's a woman and she's tied up. Followed her gaze and saw them too. They've never seen these people with skin in that tone and wearing numerous exotic feathers before. They wondered where they came from. Then the paladin had an idea. We should follow them and take a closer look. See where they're taking her. Rosa obliged with a nod. Cecil slowed the airship and climbed so they won't be noticed. After what felt like hours, they looked upon a small island with a cave near the shoals. They watched the rowboat dock onto it as the men tied it among the rocks. Then they shoved her out, nearly tripping her. She held steady, and she was forced forward by 2 spears with colorful feathers hanging from the back ends. Curious, the young king suggested to trek into the cave and rescue the hostage. Rosa agreed, and he gradually landed some feet from the boat. Cecil got out first, then Rosa, who wobbled with her stilettos on the rocky beach. With him keeping her balance, they slowly entered, hardly making any noise. Broad daylight helped them see through the cave and notice their captive. He warned her that they must move slowly in order to move quietly. Thank you, Super Mario 64. Through a crevice, the red men wound up at a precipice. Two more warriors were waiting for them. They couldn't understand them, but they could see they were mocking and tormenting her. The four red men kept facing the woman, forcing the woman closer and closer to the edge, until finally, as she yelped and tried to push back, it was time to take action. After she fell on all fours, one of the men kicked her hard in the shin and continued laughing. "Stop!" Everyone turned to see Cecil unsheath his sword. "Leave the young woman be!" "And what business do you have with us, white man?" one teased. "Yes, stay away, you sneaky paleface, or else your woman gets it," the other declared, seeing Rosa emerge from the darkness. But Cecil didn't back down from their threats. "I'm offering you one last chance. Leave the girl alone." Redskin licked his lips as he took out his spear. "You're challenging us to a fight you cannot win, white devil! You're asking for it." The others marched up, taking out their weapons. "Rosa, stay behind me. Since you do not have a weapon, you'll be in charge of healing. I'll take the offense. Brace yourself." They shoved their feet as if they were ready to charge, but instead, they let out an ear-piercing war cry. The king and queen covered their ears, blocking out the scream. One of the Injun went for the kill with his wooden spear. Cecil blocked it in time with his shield, and he fought back with his sword. As he retaliated, the warrior fell backward, then another charged with an axe. It hit his right arm, and Rosa muttered a spell, causing his body to glow brighter. A protect spell was activated on both of them. The rebel kept striking the shield, minimizing his injuries. Then Cecil struck out his sword into his chest, making a nasty gash. Next, Rosa murmured another spell, only this time, a bluish hue surrounded the duo. It was her shell spell, and it was unleashed just before an Injun casted one of his own, his palms glowing orange. Fire ignited their bodies, however it was less harmful. As Cecil fought off each red man, some coming for Rosa, she cured him. Each wound began to disappear and his strength returned. Weary, but not giving up, all their palms illuminated, it looked as if they were combining their fire spells, trying to incinerate them to crisps. Even the hostage felt alarmed. But Cecil had a plan. "Rosa, cast a reflex spell upon me." "But Cecil, it'll take too long." "Just do it. I got your back." They braced for the worst, and all four warriors shot out fireballs as big as melons. But the fast-talking mage covered the paladin in a shiny diamond-shaped force field, causing the fiery debris to bounce back straight at them. Each body collapsed and were seething with burns varying in depth and severity. The king and queen both gazed at the fallen redskins, who were less fortunate since their chests, arms, and legs were bare. They were only wearing leather and buckskins. But it wasn't until the hostage got their attention as she screamed while trying to keep her footing on the loose dirt and on the ledge. She wasn't very lucky, and she fell. Rosa was terrified, but Cecil immediately dove after her towards the lake 20 feet below. The water was chilly, yet he tried again after taking a deep breath. Watching from above, she grew worried, hoping they weren't too late to save the red woman. Sure enough, Cecil emerged with the tied hostage in his arms. He carried her to safety over his right shoulder as they swam to shore with Rosa meeting them. "Are you all right?" "Yes, I'm fine. Thank you," the red woman said in a voice that wasn't too unusual. "I really appreciate you two for saving my life from those rebels." Rebels? He then introduced himself as Rosa to her. She was very surprised. They were fine warriors and a sufficient king and queen to boot. "My name is Dragon Rose. I'm the princess of my tribe known as the Unjakal. I'm the daughter of the proud chief Abdullah," she replied in a curtsy. "I come from an island not too far from here. Tenebrae is in the center of the archipelago." As Cecil cut the ropes, Rosa offered to take her there using the Enterprise. "We're very honored to meet you since we've never seen your kind before." Dragon Rose wore only old soaked rags, though she gladly accepted. Without hesitation, they escorted her over the jagged terrain and momentarily lifted off to Tenebrae. The tribe known as the Enjikal is a mashup between the Injin and Kal, which is used as an honorary term for members of the Dothraki, I'm not saying that right, in Game of Thrones. Much like them, they can be very savage and are capable of plundering various lands. I've only read the first book in the series, but I'm not a fan. Might as well not be. I hear it's a lot more gorier than Mortal Kombat. Also, the island Tenebrae is actually Italian for darkness. This could be a foreshadowing. The scenario and Dragon Rose's capture were inspired by Peter Pan. So is the original character. Her name Dragon Rose describes herself as beautiful like a rose, but if provoked, she'll have the wrath like a dragon's and a treacherous interior. You'll see more of her later. Trust me, you will. Until then, this is the Ecron Writer signing out. Stay tuned.